been working on this project for the past 6 months called Reviving Our Reefs. This project focuses on educating you viewers on how to protect and preserve coral reefs. Why I decided to work on this is because many people are still uneducated about the importance of coral reefs and how to preserve it. Currently, Indonesia's coral reef are dying. According to a study from Terry P. Hughes, found that 30% of Indonesia's coral reef are severely bleached. Coral reefs are important because they give homes to 25% of marine creatures and they supply 70% of Earth's oxygen. So, I decided to go to this little island called Pulau Sepa to do an investigation of my own. Pulau Sepa is one of many islands located in the Pulau Seribu. It is located up north from Jakarta. This resort island is as big as 3.5 hectare or 35,000 meters square. While on this trip, I found another underlying problem, one that seems to get very little attention from. These creatures are what's called sponges and tunicates. What makes this creature dangerous to coral reef? Well, here are some of the main issues. 1. They compete with corals for resources. What I mean by this is that sponges and tunicates take up all the space for coral reefs to grow. They can kill coral reefs by eating the algae in the coral reefs, which cause most corals to bleach and die. So for the last 6 months, I worked with a professor from Bogor Agriculture University, Bagian Tubahan, and Yayasan Terumbu. Yayasan Terumbu is the charity in Indonesia that's helping with conserving coral reefs. They are located in various places such as Wakatobi, Pulau Sepa, and Lombok. I did my investigation in one of the 3 domuses Yayasan Terumbu has made, domus meaning home in Latin. My treatment plan is to pick apart the corals that are infected with sponges to see whether the corals can go back healthy. I'll be monitoring the corals for the next 2 months alongside Yayasan Terumbu. For the experiment, I used 4 corals, 2 of which I will be giving the treatment, while the other 2 I will not be given the treatment as a control. These next few clips will be me 1 month later after giving the treatment to the corals. Into the first month of monitoring, I found some changes within the corals. This coral that's given treatment grew 5 cm in length. The other coral that I gave treatment didn't grow, but it's still living and doing well. The sponges didn't spread at all. This first coral that were not given treatment kept on getting more sick and infected. Here is a side-by-side photo. As you can see, the photo on the left is taken the month before and the right is taken a month after. This second coral that's not given treatment also grew more infected. Here is a side-by-side picture. As you can see that on the right hand side of the photo, there were some branches that were not infected, but the following month got infected. Now for the second month, I wasn't able to go to Pulau Sepa, so whenever I'm not in the island, I asked a favor from the worker from Yayasan Terumbu who is standing by in the island. His name is Gilang, to take photos of my corals. Mr. Gilang was only able to take 3 photos of my coral because he was experiencing rough tides during his dive. Now this coral grew more infected, almost the entire body is infected with tunicates, while this coral stayed healthy. but there's no increase in length. From these past 2 months, I can say that picking up the infected part of coral does help, but this is still an early research. It is still open up for debate and other solutions. The more safer option is to scrub away the sponges and tunicates from corals using brushes and this diving stick. However, you must be very careful because corals are sensitive creatures. Even if you don't have a hobby of diving, you can still help by recycling your trash. This helps reduce the amount of trash going to the waste. Avoiding plastic materials. Plastic will end up in our ocean one way or another. Once plastics end up in the ocean, it stays there for a long period of time. Once they start to decay, they start to spread toxic chemicals to the ocean, which is harming for the animals.
Ngomong nggak? Nggak ya? Hai.